Shalom, shalom. Here we go again. Here we go. Welcome to Mother Africa Be Calling. I'm your brother, Betsulel Yehuda Yisrael, also known as Eric. Hit that like button. Please do me a favor, hit that like button and share. So I did this interview with GoBlack2Afrika, the brother GoBlack, and it was probably it's been maybe like almost 2 months, something like that. But the title of it is Police Warns African Americans on the Discrimination of Police. So anyway, I wanted to get on here real quick because I had some unfinished business with that interview. It was so important. It's a message that I left out that's so important for our people. It's a solution. So I wanted to share that. I've been meaning to get to it because even after the interview, because it was so much, you know how you just leave things out, you forget something. So what I thought was important is because our people suffer, my people suffer from police brutality, and it's been like that forever, we know. So anyway, I wanted to get on here to just give some advice, being inside of the police agency. I know things that, you know, the average citizen wouldn't know. So I'm gonna tell you how to handle a situation. Here's how you handle the situation when dealing with road cops, racist police officers, even some of the black ones that follow suit with the racism, because the infrastructure is set in place. So, you know, sometimes we have even our own people, they are okay with it is because it's not affecting them because, hey, you know, they're on the side of the bully. So, you know, they also bully themselves and, you know, carry out the acts of discrimination or racism with respect to law enforcement on the public, African American public. So here's what you do when you're faced with this kind of situation. Never ever, I would suggest never ever challenge the officer right there on the street. You don't do that. You comply with them to the best of your ability, and you just get their information, take their names or what have you. Take all measures to keep calm and to diffuse any confrontation, verbally or physically, because it could cost you your life. So you want to start the winning right there by being in compliance to the best of your ability. That way you can possibly get away from the road cop or the racist cop or police. The reason why they want things to escalate, to give them the opportunity to carry out some brutality or something harsh, or make an arrest that is unjustified or unnecessary. These officers, they do things to make it happen. Okay, so I would suggest to our people, you know, just be very smart and do all you can to cooperate. But yet, since they're violating your rights, you know, get their names and, you know, and get their information or whatever they do to you. Even if they arrest you falsely, put some substance on you, lie on you, whatever they may do, you just go ahead and don't fight them, don't argue with them. Just know that you're going to get them later. So this is how it works. In the police department, when a complaint is made against a police officer, it must be recorded, and it also have to be documented. So what you do is you always make a complaint to Internal Affairs. Always do that. And I know it doesn't seem like it's going to do anything, but it does. It starts a history, gives that officer a track record. So you make that complaint in Internal Affairs, and see the officer now, his power is gone with respect to you. When you make that complaint, you're not in the street one-on-one with that officer. Don't argue with him. Get away from him
Do what it takes to get away from them. Even if they arrest you, when you get out, you go and you put that complaint in. You tell what happened. What happens is the officer will be called into question for it. It's a must. They have to. They record your complaint. It is written down, and then they'll call that officer in and question that officer about it. So that puts that officer on their heels, because they don't want to be answering to any questions, especially when they did something wrong, because then they have to lie. And so, and everything is recorded. And once they lie, that is something that will be in the records, right? And so, even though the whole police department may not want to go through with doing this to their racist officers, it's set in place. They must go through the process of recording what the officer said in response to the allegations that the victim placed against them. They have to. They just have to go through this. They may try not to do anything about it, but don't you worry about that. You put the complaint in, so it's always recorded, and it goes in a file. It's a part of the officers, to become a part of the officer's personnel jacket. So now, once you make that complaint, and then the officer is called into question, he or she has to respond to what you said. So now, when they go in and give a response and give their side of it, if they are lying, like I said, it's always on, it's recorded and it's documented. So now, here's the key. To be a police officer, you cannot be caught in a lie. You can't be. Because if you're ever caught in a lie, then you cannot testify in court. And to be a police officer, you need to be able to testify in court, because if you make an arrest, you have to stand up in court and testify. And so these attorneys, are very brilliant. So to have you out on the street and then you have been caught in a lie, and if there's a record for that, the attorneys can get a hold of that. So let's just say you come on the crime scene of a murder case. You're a police officer. You come on the crime scene. You're the first responder officer, so you're handling the crime scene of a murder. Because you now have been found in a lie and it's been recorded, then that murder case can be thrown out, because the defense attorney for the person that was arrested for the murder find out that you somewhere told a lie, and they can subpoena the records, and then they will then throw a whole case out, because they'll say it's tainted, because you can't be trusted. You don't have integrity anymore, because you've been found to lie. So therefore, you can't really work as a police officer once you have been found in a lie. So that's why it's always good to go and make the complaint, because it causes the officer to respond to your complaint. They're not going to go down there, and if they know that they did something wrong, they're not going to go into internal affairs, most likely, and say, yeah, I did this and I did that, and tell the truth. They're going to tell a lie. And so every time people go down and make these complaints on these officers, then it builds a case, it builds a track record, and they telling lie after lie after lie, but it's in the history, it's sitting there, it's there. So it's building up a record, because a lot of them, they're repeat offenders, because no one goes in. A lot of times people do not go in and make a complaint on them. They just figure there's nothing you can do about it. But I'm telling you to put that in and let the cases build. I'm telling people every time, go make a complaint. Every single time, make a complaint. And it puts them on their heels. And so therefore, if they build up, if people keep making these complaints, it's like, okay, well, you got so many people saying you did this and you did that, and so, and it's different people, then start coming together is everybody can't be lying. So, attorneys can get a hold of that and show that this officer has a history of brutality or history of lying, a history of planting drugs on people, what have you, because it's his personnel jacket has numerous complaints of people saying he did this or she did that. And so then that puts that officer's job in jeopardy, and it really puts the career in jeopardy, because if they keep working and going into courts and testifying, it's at some point, even in civil cases, those attorneys are going to pull the information about that officer, their track record. Okay? And so, anyway, I'm not going to go too much longer. I wanted to give that information. I want to let our people know that that is a remedy, and if we would do that, it would stop a lot of racial profiling. It would stop a lot of police brutality, because one thing I do understand as being a police officer, you will not feel good when you're out working and you get a call and they tell you have to go down to internal affairs. A complaint has been lodged against you. And then you have to then call the Fraternal Order of Police and get them to meet with you there so they can stand by more often than not when you give your statement. See, it's easy to be big and bad in the streets when no one is around but other officers and yourself, and you can show the bully mentality and do whatever you want. But once that is over and you're now sitting down as an officer in a chair and you're answering questions about what you allegedly done, then it's very uncomfortable. They get real tight. They get their panties in a bunch, because why? Their job could be on the line, right? And so even the ones that are interviewing them, a lot of times they might not want to harm their colleagues and do the interview, but they got to do it. Why? Because the system is set in place. They have to ask the questions. They have to do it, and they have to record it. And then that officer gives a statement and must sign that statement, sign and saying that this is what I said. And so that puts them on their heels, because they really don't want to answer to the things that they do. So I'm just saying that that is information that our people can win with. Make them complaints, make them over and over again. If you got to go back, make them complaints. Keep doing it. Tell your cousins, tell your family members, tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your mother, tell your friend. Hey, even tell an enemy how to deal with police. If everybody start making these complaints, I'm not saying to make up lies on the officers, because every officer is not bad, and some people out here deserve to be arrested. I'm talking about the ones who are out here abusing people, lying on people, stealing from people. I'm talking about those who are doing engaging in criminal activity against our people and against people, period. But just police brutality and abuse, verbally, disrespectful, physical abuse, false arrest, harassment, this unnecessary bullying because you have a badge. I'm talking about those situations. Always make a complaint, get it on record, and put that bully on their heels. Let them have to sit down and think about how they're going to put their lie together to save their butts. And then they can't even sleep good at night because they know they told that lie. So let them, worry, So there you have it. I wanted to get that in. We had a certain amount of time to do the interview, and I felt like, wow, I left that out. I thought that was very important. So anyway, till next time, hey, Shabbat Shalom. Don't forget to like this video, and also share it and leave a comment. If you have a question, leave a question. But I appreciate you. Help me grow the channel. I'm here in Mother Africa, and I've been here for like 2.5 months now. And Mother Africa be calling. This is why I say Mother Africa be calling, because of this kind of stuff that I'm talking about. I haven't had no problems with police here. The police officers are black, and the crime is such that there is no crime, that the officers don't even need guns. They don't even have guns, and there is no crime here. I mean, it's peaceful. I can't say that it's no crime. I'm gonna say that it's none apparent to me. It's no hostility. You don't have to worry about road cops and danger and shootings and none of that. No, it's not here. But anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna stop right there. That's a whole nother video. So again, like, share, subscribe, and help me grow the channel. Shalom.